Well, hello. Many of you have been asking, Sherry, what's actually in the Profit Tracker? And so we want to talk about scaling your year with Profit Tracker. And it really is a plug and go. It's one entry, and you get tons of information to track the profit and the activity and maximize the tax deductions within your business. So, I'm going to give you just a quick run through of what it actually looks like. Once you purchase, I'm going to close this out so that I give you my full screen here. And once you purchase the Profit Tracker, it is an Excel spreadsheet, or it's actually a workbook that you will get. And once you download the file and you open it up, this is what it looks like. And so if you look at the tabs down here at the bottom, you see that it says the Profit Tracker. And this is just a cover that I came up with that talks about tracking your monthly, quarterly sales and expenses so you keep your business in the black. If you notice, the tabs down here gives you just a quick run through of instructions. If you notice, the tabs are color coordinated, and it talks about the blue is for inventory and the green is for estimated payments. And then you've got another color for the tracker. So you take a few minutes, read that. Also has the disclaimer that this is not an actual tax return, but it mimics it so that you can get prepared for what is to come in your business. I'm going to click on the next tab. Now, if you are in business, you should be familiar with this tax form. If you are a sole proprietorship, a sole owner LLC, you're going to be filing what's called a Schedule C. So this is your business tax return. And so I wanted to create this because it looks just like it so that you can get familiar with what things look like. Also, too, the way that you keep your records gets you prepared for tax day. So if you're going to be using things like TurboTax, any other kind of tax software, a tax practitioner, or a CPA, this is going to make it so much easier. And guess what? If you're working with them throughout the year, all you've got to do is send them this file and it makes it so much easier. And guess what? They can give you tips and tricks and recommendations on lowering your tax liability and keeping your business scalable and profitable. So again, this is the Schedule C. This is what a Schedule C looks like. And again, this is not an actual return, but it mimics it. If you notice, I'm going to click on these. Excuse me. If you notice, you can't click on any of these and you can't enter anything. This is locked because behind the scenes, when you enter your information, it's going to produce this form. So it is locked so that you don't override the formulas as to where the things come from. Let's quickly click on the tracker. This is where you're going to enter your information. If you notice, I've already put up here the mileage rate. So if you are tracking your miles on your vehicle for your business, the current year is at 58%, and then you can update it when you change your tax years. So I'm just going to quickly do a couple of things so that you can actually see just how simple it is and what it can do for you. So let's take a look at, let's go ahead and put some sales in here. Let's say in the month of January, you had $1,000 in sales. February, you had $2,000 in sales. And then in March, you had $3,000 in sales because we want to see that revenue go up, right? So in your first quarter, you have $6,000 in sales. I'm going to click back over here to the Schedule C. If you notice, it adds it there already. We haven't put any expenses in, so it's showing you what your profitability is going to be. Now, based on that, again, we're merely looking at examples. I'm going to come over here to the estimated payments to kind of help you figure out, do I owe anything to the IRS, possibly or not? Now, the tax rate I have here is at 25%. This is merely as an example. If you notice, it says enter your rate here, because I don't know what your personal situation. Are you filing single, jointly, all that good stuff? A clear indicator is to go back and look at last year's return. 25% is one of the highest tax brackets, so it's just kind of like worst case scenario. So based on $6,000 worth of income, here is what your tax rate is going to be. For Social Security and Medicare, you got your 740 and 170. Now, if you notice, your self-employment tax is at nothing because if this is all that you're bringing in, I'm doing a little tax consultation, but just to kind of show you here, just merely as an example, you want to check with your tax practitioner. You're not going to be owing any self-employment tax. You may owe on Social Security and Medicare, but not on self-employment tax. Again, this is just merely as an example. And depending on where you are doing your business, you could have state tax. In Texas, it is 0. So that's why I have it here at 0. At the point in time that you have total income, so whether you have a combination of your 9-to-5 job and your business, your income is more than $132,900, you no longer have to do Social Security and Medicare. Okay? Again, just kind of showing you this is what you're getting just by putting in one set of information. We're going to go back over to the tracker. And let's say you've got $100 in business cards. If you notice, it now automatically totals your advertising expenses. Let's say you bought some t-shirts for a conference, and that was at $250. And I'm just going to go ahead and just do January for time purposes. You now have $350 in expenses. I'm going to click over here to the profit tracker. If you notice, it gives you $350 in expenses. I'm going to come back up here, and it automatically puts it there in the $350. So do you see how this can actually help you plan out profitability for your business? I'm going to click on estimated payments again. And if you notice, it lowers the taxable liability because you first had $6,000 in income. You now had your $350 in expenses. So now it's showing you, again, adjusting what your self-employment tax and possibly your Social Security and Medicare. If your business has inventory, this has an inventory tracker as well. If you notice, all of these aren't blank, but they have categories here. So if you've got any inventory, you've got t-shirts, candles, tchotchkes, whatever it is, this can help you keep tabs of your inventory. Because again, I'm going to come back over here to Schedule C, and I'm going to scroll up. Your tax return is going to ask you if you had any inventory. So you're going to have returns and allowances, any cost of goods sales or expenses and all of that good stuff, cost of goods sold. And again, this is where, again, it's going to ask you for inventory. If you go ahead and plug in your inventory here, it automatically gets added here. So do you see how great the profit tracker can be? I hope that this answers any questions that you may have. Thanks so much for watching this video. Congratulations on your purchases. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks for now.